Hey now, Superfly is 187 coming at you today with a little video on something I may have stumbled across by playing solo in the map Revelations. Now I don't know if this is actually a thing, but the coincidences were far too great to ignore. Now we all know Revelations came out almost a month ago now. We solved the main Easter egg, or the first Easter egg that allowed us to get the trophies, achievements, and get the ending cutscene. But there's been all this talk about a second Easter egg, an alternate ending. Glitching Queen showed us that there was 2 eggs in the chicken coop. You can't see them in the map, but you have to look through the portal to see them. I'll show you a picture here. And if you look closer, that's definitely 2 eggs. Anyway, there's been a lot of talk. Waffles has talked a lot about it, and if anyone would know, him and Mr. Dalek have both talked about it, and they would know. These guys actually sat down with Jason Blundell. They've had interviews with him. They've had face-to-face talks with him. So it's a major thing. Now, as far as progress towards the second Easter egg or second end cutscene, there hasn't been very much, and I may have stumbled across something extremely huge. So let's take a look at that. Now, you guys remember this thing from Gorod Krovi, the candle you smashed with your dragon shield, and then you can light it up and then pick it up. Also, we had the flower vase that appeared on one of 4 locations, one for each. Oh, and remember this guy? Yeah, I even found something about this guy too that we haven't found anything. Oh, we can't forget about this either. Now this thing, no one's figured out what the hell this thing does, what this thing is, but I may have found a little something. Now, we were first introduced to the bucket in Zetsubo no Shima, and we were also using that bucket to grow plants. Now, if you remember, they had the tiles there around the plant pot, or whatever you want to call it. It looked like Revelations. Everyone was like, ooh, this looked like Origins, and the Origins letters were just like Revelations letters. Now, this map also introduced us to a song, the one that's playing in the background right now. It's called Dead Flowers. I'll have a link in the description with the lyrics from the creator's YouTube, so you can take a look at it for yourself. But basically, I wanted to go over some of that with you guys, and I went through the lyrics and I thought, wow, this really sounds like it's saying something. It's talking about dead flowers, which I guess you can associate that with Zetsubo no Shima, but I really think they were pointing it out for this map. I really think it has clues for this second hidden Easter egg, or this second cutscene, or this alternate ending, or whatever you want to call it. Basically, the song starts off saying, "Blood isn't running, isn't pumping in my heart." Now, I look at that, and it sounds like this person's dead. If blood isn't running and isn't pumping in my heart, you're dead. The song goes on to say, "And now my need for what was something is just something in the dark that I can see. Something frightening, something frightened. Alive in something kind." So something frightening in something kind. And now the song goes on to say, "And they were auburn, and they were hazel, and they were lovely powder." Flower colors, right? Sort of. I mean, you don't really think of a flower as auburn, hazel, or powder, but that would describe colors, okay? And then the song goes on to say, "But now they're sable." Now, sable, I would believe, means, I don't know, dead? I looked it up here. Maybe I'll throw something up on the screen. I can't remember exactly what it means. But now the song goes on to say, "All because I keep growing dead flowers. Now, and the wind is blowing a burning gown around me." So a burning, I don't know, fire, something. "I keep finding dead flowers now, and they're all behind me and falling down all around me. The leaves are falling, and they're calling out my name." Now, getting to the bird there from from Der Eisendrache. Now, there wasn't really much with the bird, but I just thought it was interesting that in this song for Zetsubo no Shima, it says, "And all the birds that once were singing." Now, a raven doesn't technically sing. It's a little bit of a reach. "And all the birds that once were singing are now screaming out in pain." So, and you shoot them. I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with it. Maybe not. Maybe I'm reaching a little bit. The song goes on to say that I can feel the fruit is ripening, but it's rotten to the core. Rotten fruit in Zetsubo no Shima. Yeah. Pale rhyme and lightning. A skeleton made of ash and horror. Now, that doesn't really make sense to me. I googled ash and horror. I basically got pictures of snowy flowers or snowy trees, and so I'm just thinking it's more a description of colors. And so I keep growing dead flowers now, and they're always blooming and turning brown around me. So the turning brown makes me think of going back to Sable, because the flowers are dead. The song's Dead Flowers. I keep finding dead flowers now, and there's no way out, no beginning, and there's no end. They're all just dead again. And she goes on to say, saying, "Blood isn't running, isn't pumping in my heart, and when I sing about the flowers, I'm just screaming in the dark. And now I feel the wind is blowing, and they're growing all the time. And all the leaves will need to fall." Now that sounds very significant. That sounds like, hey, all the leaves need to fall. That sounds like something you need to do. Bind all the flowers. Now, bind is to like tie them up in a bundle, I guess. It also it rhymes with find, so I mean it could be a message. It could not. It could mean to bind all the flowers. Kill them all. Show me the beauty in the air. Flowers in the air. Show me the beauty in the air. Glow ash and ember. So glow ash and ember everywhere. Sounds like light them on fire. It says, "Show me the beauty in the air, glow ash and ember everywhere. Gasping and reaving breaths of air, and let the beating hearts beware." So let the people alive beware of these flowers? I don't know. The song finishes up saying, "I keep hiding dead flowers now, but they all die. They die in the thousands. A swirling cloud around," which sounds very much like the portal that opens up at the end of what do you call it? Gorod Krovi. "And this life keeps snowing dead flowers now." Snowing dead flowers, so raining dead flowers, lightly snowing dead flowers. "And I see no way out, no escape, and that's why I keep growing dead flowers now. And now there's no way out, no escape, and now I see them growing on their own." So I literally searched the whole map, and the only place that there are flowers that are alive is in the spawn, as you've been watching for the last few minutes here. They're not in they're not in Shinonuma, they're not in Shangri-La, which are jungle type settings, which you would think flowers would naturally grow. So they're definitely saying something. Now, playing solo, in the cutscene at the beginning, I noticed something really strange about this scene. As you can tell in the background, look, that's dead flowers in a bucket right there. There's a closer look. So Treyarch puts things in maps for a reason. They put things in cutscenes for a reason. They don't do things by accident for the most part. And you've heard other YouTubers say this. Now, after looking all across the map, I found something really interesting, and I'm surprised that no one has talked about it at all yet. But there's actually some dead flowers here in Kino der Toten, the map from Black Ops 1. So I thought this was really interesting. There's one set there. There's another one over here. Now, these two are okay. They're all by themselves on the tables, but then we get into some really interesting stuff where this one over here has an unlit candle. Now, remember at the beginning I showed you that unlit candle from Gorod Krovi. You probably remember that yourself, but that made me really think there was a connection here to a much greater picture. Now, this one has this kind of plaid, not plaid, but it looks like a scarf material, and I don't really see that anywhere else in the map or the game that could signify something with Monty, as he does wear that scarf. But this one just totally made me think there's got to be something with this. We got the bottle of vodka for Nikolai, we got the blue flask, or the flask for the monkey bombs, perhaps. Looks very similar. It looks a little more cylindrical compared to the one that we get, and you got the banner there on the side. So these things all point to Gorod Krovi and perhaps some of these unsolved Easter eggs that we have yet to figure out. Now, again, I'm not really 100% if this means anything, if this is a step for the second Easter egg. I just thought it was way too big of a coincidence to let slide. Now, my name is Superfly187. I would appreciate it if you guys can like this. If you stuck with me this far, like the video, share the video so some of these other big YouTubers can see, or just get the word out somehow. Because, I mean, I'd like to solve this. I'd like to get this done. They say that there's 18 months of content left with this map, which blows my mind, and it's way too big of a coincidence with these dead flowers, this song, all these other unfinished Easter eggs that we have yet to figure out, that they gotta have something to do with this if there is 18 months. These definitely have something to do with it. They're going to be involved somehow. So again, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you're new to my channel. Peace.